Hello, my name's Kieran Dale, and in this Show Me Do and a series of videos to come, I'm going to be introducing you to the wonderful world of WXPython, my personal favourite tool or library for programming graphical user interfaces in Python, and fast becoming a standard for that. It is of course completely cross-platform, so it shouldn't matter what platform you're learning this on. So first things first, I'm adapting this quite heavily from the WXPython's wiki getting started page, the address of which you can see just here, and the contributors listed at the bottom. We'll go through them. The WXPython community, obviously, Lucas Bruand, who I think is the chief contributor to all of this, Rob Cake Bread, Charlie Durr, Robin Dunn, Michael Roberts, Eric Westra. There's also these other contributors, which I can just center there. So without them this wouldn't have been possible. So without further ado, I'm going to give you a taste of the power of WXPython and show you a minimal application in about 5 lines, which to anyone coming to Python from a language such as C++ will be an eye-opener, I think. So we'll just minimize that window and we'll start up our trusty idle editor, which comes with the Python package here, Python 2.4. So we'll open this. There we go. Now we're inside idle with our interpreter running, but we're going to open a new window. Now it's untitled. We're going to save this as a Python document so that we'll get the full syntax, auto-syntaxing from the idle GUI. So we'll do save as. Places us here for some reason. We'll go to programming, Python examples, and we'll call it Hello World. Yeah, we'll just replace that. So I'll maximize that. Here we are inside our Python editor, and the first thing we're going to do is, which you'll find yourself doing for all your WXPython applications, is to import WX. This imports the full WX library, which is the classes and functions and the rest that make up WXPython. We now are going to create an application object. Yeah. So WX we prefix all of our class calls and the rest of it in WXPython with WX, and we're going to create a WX simple app like so. Now we've created our app, we want a frame inside it. I'll go through it quickly at the moment, and in a minute we'll go through the details. WX.frame open none, comma, -1. Now this is our title, which is going to appear on the frame, the window frame that will appear. We'll call it Hello World, conventional. And now we want to show the frame, so we call the function show on our frame object, and we give it the value of 1. And now we want to send the app into a main loop within which all the event handling and the rest of it will be handled. So that is our first simple 5-line WXPython program, and we'll save this. Control save. And now we can see what it does. So we'll choose run module. We can also do that with the function 5 button. And there we go. We have a Hello World box with our title. We have the standard minimize, maximize ability, and we can also exit on X. This, as you can see, this looks like a Windows box. One of the beauties of WXPython is if you were programming this from Macintosh or Linux, you would find that the look, the feel, the skin is specific to your particular operating system. So we'll just close that and go back, so you can see what you can do in 5 little lines. Now let's go through this a little bit more. I rushed through it earlier. First, we imported our WX library. This is what you'll do normally. This means that when we want to call WX classes or functions, we need to prepend them with WX dot for whatever we're calling. We created our application, which is a PySimple app. Now, a PySimple app has been created just for you to take away all of the hassle of creating WX apps. It's essentially a very simple WX app. It's subclassed from that, and it handles initialization of the graphics, handlers, and various other things, so you don't have to worry about it. We'll be using this throughout the series of videos. We also have, then we create our frame, so our frame variable. Now let's deal with this frame call in detail, because this actually follows a pattern that you'll be finding throughout your WX Python usage. The first parameter here says none. That's actually a parent parameter, so obviously here we don't have a parent to pass into it. But let's say you had a frame which itself had parent frames, then you would want to pass into them a reference to this frame, so you would pass, say, self in this case, if you're in the class rather, which you're not. So that's none. Here we have -1. This is an ID, an identity parameter. If we give it -1, the machine, the computer will assign a random identity to it. We then have our third parameter, hello world, which gives a title to the window. Frame show, as we said, allows it to be shown. And then app, this is you'll call this in all your WX Python programs, sends it into a main loop. At this point, the program is running.